what I teach is you want to ask an empowering question. And most people, when they're going through something that's debilitating, they'll ask a disempowering question. They'll ask from a victim state. Why me? Who's to blame? What's wrong? And the mind will just go rampant with those kind of questions, but they don't take you anywhere. They take you on a downward spiral, or you will end up mining the database of human consciousness of all of the negativity that's ever happened on the planet. You know, why me? What's wrong? Who's to blame? You'll just pull in all the frequency of all the suffering that's happening on the planet. So you have to ask an empowering question. A question such as, what good is present that I cannot see right now? What's seeking to emerge in my life right now? What gift is being born in me right now? What talent is being honed? What power is being cultivated? What's trying to unfold? What am I seeking to give birth to right now? Because as you know, when birth is happening, that's very intense. It's a very intense period of time in a woman's life and in the infant's life, And so in the same way, we're always giving birth to something. And so we have to ask a different kind of question. Now, here's the deal. The universal presence, by whatever name you choose to call it, I call the presence limitless love intelligence, or a presence that's never an absence. It's life itself. This universal presence, through the universe and the universal law, will answer any question you ask. So if you ask what's wrong, it'll tell you all the things that are wrong. If you ask what's trying to be born, it will begin to show you potential that's within you that's seeking to emerge. And when your attention starts to shift more towards the potential rather than the problem, you begin to understand a universal truth. Potential is always bigger than problem. Your potential is always bigger than any problem you're facing. You start to see your potential. And when you focus on that, the answers from that realm start to come as guidance, wisdom, transforming knowledge, spontaneous goodness, insight, ahas, perception changes. Simply by asking a question that empowers you rather than takes you down.
Moving from that sort of victim mentality up.
Yes.
And do those questions, in essence, and this is more a question that's coming out of this, because we tend to attach meaning to so many experiences of our life, and they can be vastly different depending on the sort of person. Is it a question that changes our meaning of a situation from being that happened and that was horrible and that should have never happened, or asking a better quality question can shift that meaning from victim to victor?
Changes the meaning, but it changes our perception. So the perception of the victim is largely different from the perception of an individual that is having more dominion over their awareness. It's the difference of looking at life from the valley or from the mountaintop. When you're looking at life from the valley, life is totally different. You see obstacles, hindrances, obstructions. When you go to the top and you're able to look down at everything, life is quite different. So when you ask a different kind of question, your perception expands and you see life from a much wider expanse. And you're able to make more deliberate choices from that awareness. The trick is, in the moment of your angst, in the moment when it's difficult, ask the question, what's trying to be born here? What gift is trying to be given? And that's when you want to ask. It's easy to ask when everything is going well. But you want to ask the question on such a regular basis that when things seem to be contracting, you're still asking an empowering question. And that becomes a practice, and then that becomes a way of life, and then you start to develop the capacity to deeply listen. You're always in a listening space. The guidance is here, wisdom is here, direction is here. That underlying question keeps your listening faculty acute and available.